via my TV. Hanging with Diasporans is a bold and interactive program where Diasporans ask important questions, share real experiences, discuss governance, culture, migration, family, business, and practical solutions for a better society.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Hangin with Diasporans, where we discuss issues that matter the most to Nigerians living across the world. Today we're focusing on a subject that affects all Nigerians abroad: passport renewal. A passport is more than just a travel document. It is proof of identity, citizenship, and belonging. Yet for so many Nigerians in diaspora, renewing a passport has become a stressful and frustrating experience. Before today's discussion, we spoke with members of our diasporan community, and while some acknowledged recent improvements, others shared painful experiences of long delays, poor communication, and feeling disrespected during the renewal process. These are serious concerns that deserve a balanced and constructive conversation. So today, we examine these challenges, discuss the progress that has been made, and explore practical solutions that can improve the experience for Nigerians around the world. The big issue and the big question today is simple. Why should Nigerians in diaspora struggle to access one of the most basic services the government is expected to provide? Many people say the problem isn't just about waiting for a passport. They talk about delays, uncertainty, inconsistent communications, and in some cases, feeling that they were treated without dignity and respect they expected from officials. And in some cases, feeling that they are treated without dignity and respect they expect from officials representing their own home country. At the same time, the Nigerian Immigration Service has introduced reforms, including digital and contactless renewal options in some locations. The question now is whether these changes are delivering the experience Nigerians abroad deserve and what more still needs to be done. Joining me today is Benjamin Kuti, the founder of Nigerian in the UK community, and is also the founder of Everything Day UK, a respected political analyst and a passionate advocate for good governance. Through his work, Benjamin has engaged extensively with Nigerian diasporans, helping people navigate life in the UK while also speaking on governance, public policy, and issues affecting Nigerians at home and abroad. Benjamin Kuti, thank you for joining us today.
Right for hanging with the Diasporans on Fola Yoga Nekila Min TV. Hanging with the Diasporans, a bold and interactive program where the Diasporans.
Our first question now. Why has passport renewal remained such a major concern for Nigerians and diaspora?
Okay, so good evening, everybody. So thank you for having me on your program. So I think one of the most important things that has to happen to the Nigerian diaspora has to be passport renewal. But unfortunately, a lot of our embassies haven't evolved, especially we lived in the UK here. Look at our embassy in the UK itself, what is done. So since around 2021, there's been a lot of Nigerians who have moved to the UK. And unfortunately, maybe we like it or not, we can't just have one Nigerian embassy only in the UK. So the biggest stuff when you look at the main concern itself is the fact that our embassies are not doing enough. We live in a modern world where technology has made life a lot easier for our people, but unfortunately, our embassies haven't evolved. People are still going to the embassy queuing every day, and it's making life difficult for our people rather than we're using technology to make life a lot easy for Nigerians in diaspora. I was going behind part of the reasons why things have become because back in the days, it never used to be like that. But lately, after 2021, there's been a lot of Nigerians who have moved to the UK. And the most important thing is we need a second even consular where people can move to, that kind of stuff.
We've heard stories from Nigerians who said that they felt ignored or poorly treated during the renewal process. Why do you think these experiences continue to happen?
So we've been having a lot of issues for many, many years, our embassies. I think one of the most important factor is a lot of members of the staffs needs to be, educated. A lot of members need to be trained, customer service, and it's very, very important. And also one of the biggest factor is when you look at the consular today, there's no contact number, there's no emails, people are frustrated. So when people are frustrated, people go down to the embassy, it's a lack of the service. So it makes people get angry. And like I said again, once you're at the embassy itself, a lot of members of the staff needs to be trained to how to deal with members of the public. I'm afraid that's not the case. Yeah, thank you.
So, are you implying that in any way that those that are currently at the Nigerian house are not well equipped to handle the situation there?
So I think one of the biggest factors that our foreign ministry needs to do is that when you bring in people abroad, they have to be trained. They have to explain to them how things work. I mean, every country is different. So I'll use the UK as a terrain because obviously we are based in the UK. So I could say to you, Kat, because I've seen a lot of members of staffs, lack of customer service, speaking rudely to people and, asking people to leave the premises, that kind of stuff. There has to be a way you handle people's complaints. And that's exactly the one we don't have at the embassy. So when people come in here, they have to train them, explain to them, even when people are not happy, they need to have a way of resolution to make sure that conflict is being resolved and finding a way forward. So, for example, if I come to you and I'm angry about something and you can't resolve it, oh yeah, Mr. Benjamin, sit down. Let me get my manager to come and deal with you. We don't have that at the embassy. So it's a matter of one-on-one. Once you're not happy members of staff, they ask you to leave the premises, and it's happened a few times. But yeah, thank you.
Oh, it's happened a few times. Well, that would take me to the Vox Pop that one of our team members conducted, and we have two people in record. So I'll just play the Vox Pop now, and then you can share your comments on that.
Definitely.
Is that okay?
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Why have you come to Nigerian High Commission today?
I've come to renew my passport. Um, I've come to renew my passport.
Okay, so how long have you been trying to do this, and what has the experience been like so far?
I've been here. I've been trying for. I've sent emails. I've called the High Commission, and I've come here in person. And it's been frustrating coming to the embassy in a foreign country, and it's been a mess.
So if you're not able to do it today now, what would be the implication?
I'll be forced to leave the country because I'm on deadline here. The Home Office here has asked me to leave, and I need to renew my passport because I need to make a new application. And I cannot do that with an expired passport. And I've come to the embassy, I've sent emails, I've done everything to get my passport renewed. And all they keep telling me is go home. We can't do it until it's the date.
Have you been given a clear explanation as to why?
No, nothing. They just say go. They don't even want to talk to you. They don't even want to hear your explanation. They just say go home.
Is it just you, or you have a family, or?
Yeah, my wife and child were here.
Oh,
We've been given we have less than 30 days to use in the country, and we need to renew our passport to make new application.
How would you describe the way applicants are being treated or spoken to in this place?
Like we don't matter. Like it's not our country's embassy. Like we are foreigners coming to our own country embassy to ask for help. Like it's not even human at all. It's not human.
We've submitted an application since end of March, and the earliest appointment we're able to get is in September. But our passport is running out, and there's nobody's willing to help us. Considering the fact that we submitted in March, paid first day of April, and there's no appointment, which doesn't help.
How long have you been trying to renew your passport, and what has the experience been like so far?
I've been renewing and coming to Nigeria. I've been renewing. I came here 5 years ago, and the experience has still been the same. No significant change. And we've been trying to renew, and you get told to pay emergency travel certificate, extra money when things can be done. It doesn't help because it costs us money to travel and to come here as well.
Have you been given a clear explanation as to why the the passport cannot be renewed? Did anybody talk to you at all
They just said
concerning why?
all we've just been told was that we just have to wait till the application date. Regardless of what we're going through, regardless of our circumstance, regardless of whether we will be overstaying or anything, all we're just being told is wait to your application day. Nobody's helping, nobody's trying to help or even give us explanation as to why they cannot renew the passport.
Have you seen improvements in recent months, particularly with the introduction of digital and contactless passport renewal? As MP, would you say there's been some level of improvements with the way with our foreign affairs?
I have to say, you have got the mixed reactions. Sometimes you get people said, okay, even this morning, a gentleman messaged me and said the Apple wasn't working. So for me, is a negative reaction. I don't think there's any much improvements. People are still going to the embassy every day, turn back to go to biometric. And like I said, the NIS app should have made in life easy because the plan of the NIS app was for people to sit from their home, press your phone, and have your passport delivered to you. But unfortunately, that's not happening. And I've seen a lot of messages for some other countries like Canada, America, and complain the same that the NIS app is not working. So I think what the immigration needs to do, especially the embassy needs to do, is go back to the drawing board. Maybe open this app. Where exactly is the mistake? You hear some people say you need to use an iPhone. Some people say you need to use an iDroid. You heard when people press their fingerprint, it says the eligibility failed, and all these problems keeps on happening. Another issue is even when payment has been made, there's a gentleman reached out to me last week saying he's made the payment. And there's no email, there's nothing to say this is your next day. So I've had to say to him, you need to contact the embassy because they are the only one who can tell you exactly what the problem is. Unfortunately, when they send emails, when they ring them, nobody's picking up, nobody's replying the email. So I'm afraid there's no improvement at all.
Okay, so despite you're saying now that despite the fact that the app is there, it's functioning, but it's not performing to par. It's not doing what it's expected to do. So
Absolutely.
so some extent the Nigerian government has attempted to digitize the process, but it's just not fully there yet.
Absolutely. I mean, the app is there, but it's not functioning 100% well. There's a lot of eligibility mistakes on the app. People are complaining. There's a lot of issues. Because if you're going to have an app that you want to use that you're telling Nigerians abroad to use and get delivered in your house, the app has to be functioning. There should be no back and forth issue. There should no mistake. When people are making payments, you should get an instant email confirmation your payment has been received, follow-up emails. Nobody's getting that. And that's exactly what the problem we have with the app. So I think, like I said, somebody messaged me this morning and said the app wasn't working. So I just said to me, you need to contact the embassy and then take it from there.
All right. I've had instances of people reaching out to me to say that their passport is expiring on so dates, and then the embassy is giving them appointments to come and renew their passport 3 months after their visa expiration. And that's not only the case; they will give the husband a different date from the wife and another date for the children. So that means the continued visits to the embassy is the same. I mean, what would you say is happening in this region?
So I would say first and foremost, so I think Nigerians we should also take the blame for one thing as a citizen. I mean, I've said so many times that you can renew your passport 6 months in advance. A lot of our people leave things too late. In all fairness to the government here, we need to blame ourselves for some of the parts as well. So as a citizen of Nigeria, you can renew your passport 6 months in advance for a renewal. So we know how things work our embassies. There's a slow time and everything. So for example, now, I mean, with August now, maybe my passport is going to expire February 2027. I can start applying for that passport right now. So that gives me time. So at least I know that by before December, my new passport arrives. So I think our people should also be proactive. We should not leave things so late because we know the kind of country we come from, whereby everything's a slow process. So on that one, like these people, some of these people, I will blame them because you can renew your Nigerian passport 6 months in advance before it expires. So I think that's one thing that we all need to learn. So whenever your passport needs to expire, please make sure as a Nigerian citizen, renew your passport 6 months in advance so you don't have any headache that's going to affect you. Secondly, this is exactly what I'm saying with the app again. You cannot give a date for the husband, a date for the wife, a date for the kids in 3 different dates. It doesn't make any sense. So this is why they need to reconfine the app to make sure that when the family make one payment once, the whole family should be given one single day to come down and sort it out. So this is exactly what I said again. The Nigerian government needs to go back to drawing board and redo that app because that app is not working at present. It's a fantastic idea. It makes life a lot easier for people, but there's a lot wrong with the app. But they need to go back to the experts who have done the app to make life a lot easier for people. And for me, so this is something that we need to talk about, understand, because it's the citizens who's affected with this kind of problems. You cannot give in a day to a husband, another day to a wife, totally unacceptable. So they need to go back to the drawing board to fix that problem. Thank you.
All right. Besides customer service and the dysfunctional app, what else would you say are the biggest operational challenge facing the Nigerian embassy here?
So I think in some countries we have a few consulars, but I'm afraid in the UK we really have London. And like I said earlier on, since 2021, we've had a lot of Nigerians come to the UK now. And I'm afraid the amount of Nigerians in the UK now, the embassy in London cannot support everybody is impossible. So we need a second consular. We could have one in Manchester, in Cardiff, in Glasgow, Swansea, Edinburgh, Newcastle. So that way, people in the northeast of England, in Wales, Cardiff, can also go to all those kind of places rather than everybody coming to London. So, for example, now if you book your appointment online now, you be get a date for February 2027. That's because all of us are coming to London. And I'm sure that the Westminster City Council, for example, there's a limit of people when you look at health and safety law in this country. So every building has a limit it can take every day. So that means automatically when that limit is reached, it goes to the next day. So the first thing the consular needs to do is let's create a second consular in the UK that people can go to. So that way it will help for a starter to make life a lot easier for them as well. So everybody doesn't come to London. Because why am I renewing my passport? I'm getting 6, 7 months in advance. If I'm going to renew my passport, the worst case scenario, maybe 2 months in advance. So that's exactly for me one of the biggest problems the embassy has. Secondly, it has to be that contact and email stuff. I can tell you now today, if you ring the embassy today, your phone is going to keep on ringing. Send them an email, there'll be no response. Some people travel to the embassy, whereby this could have been a phone call, 2 minutes phone call. No, do this, maybe buy a postal order, send it to us, put your name there. Simple solutions. But because there's no response, people are forced to come travel all the way. I've had people come from Belfast, go all the way to London, whereby if simple phone call and email response would have resolved the situation. You don't need to come down, buy this, buy that, send it to us through post, make it like a special order. Once we get it, we'll text you, little things. But because there's no response, there's no contact, people have no choice to travel down to London, and that makes it more pressure on the consular itself. So I'm afraid that's one of the problems we have.
In your own view, what should the Nigerian Immigration Service and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs prioritize to restore confidence in passport services?
So I think the world we live in now, we have social media plays a big role. So for me, I think it's very, very important. I think the Nigerian Immigration Service Foreign should be doing a lot of more educative videos. So for example, the NIS app now, they can do an outline, maybe a 3 minutes video, how to use it, step by step, guidance, educate people, enlighten people, some of the benefits that comes with it. And even when there's mistakes, what you can do. Maybe, for example, turn your phone off, reboot it again, that kind of stuff. There's nothing like that coming from them. So these are some of the first steps that it can do. Use social media to the advantage. Go on, use a TikTok, for example, Twitter, Instagram, so that people on Facebook, people on our platform can come together and see this video. So sometimes people ask the question that all you have to do is just go on the website of the embassy, or maybe go on their social media handles. Those videos are there to tell you what you need to do, how to do, and all this kind of stuff. And secondly, for me, lastly, I think the embassy and the High Commission as well, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs need to do a lot more. They need to use their social media handles. They're not using it enough at all. You go to some of their handles, they've not posted like 3 months. So you ask your question, where exactly is this handles for? Whereby it's meant to be educating us, enlightening us, and that way people can connect. So for example, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs should have like all the contact and emails for every embassy around the world. But people don't have that. So I'm afraid that's some of the problems they have.
Okay, so you're harping on the huge gap between the Nigerians and the foreign affairs and their embassies. There's a huge communication gap between them. That's what you're, and then the communication gap should be bridged and that's what you're advocating for.
A couple of days ago, I wanted to reach out to Ghana Embassy. I went to their social media handle. I saw all the information on their page. And I went out, there's called Ghana in the UK. If you go on Ghana in the UK right now, you see those details there. When I went to Nigeria in the UK, Nigeria, London, social media handle, there was basically nothing there. So that's exactly the problems we have itself here. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Benjamin. Another thing I want to pinpoint here is we realize that in Nigeria it's not as clumsy or as hard as it is here in the UK or in other countries. And I would like to agree with you that perhaps it's because we have different extensions of the passport office and serving the people in at least in each
States.
in each state. So perhaps that would be why. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I said that we need a second consular. I mean, when you look at, for example, countries like Cameroon, Nigeria
Maybe
has
not
at least.
consular,
Yeah.
perhaps extensions.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, anything. I mean, because the most important thing that the embassy is doing here is renewing people's passport. So, for example, we can have extensions, like you say, whereby passport holders, people can go there, do the NIN, the BVN, that kind of stuff. So, for example, in Cameroon, we have something like that in Cameroon. In America, we have at least about I think about three different extensions of Nigerian consulars. So, why don't we have that in the UK itself?
All right. So what about what can the people themselves do? For instance, and this is why am asking this question. There's something like my friend and I called the Canada the Canada modem, such that what they have that is working for them currently is they have like maybe an association, and through the association they submit their passports, and I mean they submit their passports when it's about to expire, and then they network with someone within the system. They take it to Nigeria, fly it to Nigeria, and everything with their passport and everything. It's renewed and sent back. I
I
mean,
think that would
that's
be
an
okay.
arrangement within the people to
Okay.
make life easy from themselves. Is that workable?
I think it's workable, but it takes builds a lot of trust and a lot of stuff. Because when we look at like how much are they going to be charging the people who are doing this traveling back home and stuff, these are people's time and effort as well. So I mean, I would love to hear more about it to see how it works and why. So are we saying that in Canada the embassies are not functioning well in Canada because that has to be the
There is
case
only
whereby
one
people.
embassy there, and there are lots of Nigerian there, but they just have representatives who picks up for them and then returns it.
I think I will be comfortable with that if, as a group or community, we can have somebody, maybe one or two contact at the embassy here in London, and this person can go to London itself, deal with one person, and maybe they give the person a date, say 2 weeks' time, people book their appointments, come in, rather than going all the way back to Nigeria. Because when you look at its expenses as well, people's going back to Nigeria,
Not going
we
to
have to sit
Nigeria,
down,
flying the
we
passports, not
find the
someone
plus.
going to like DHL then back.
I think it's possible. I mean, if there's level of trust. So if I'm part of a group, for example, then I'm part of a group and it's a group that we know each other, I'm happy to do that. Yeah. And I think that's a great idea. It's a matter of individual if people want to do that and stuff. But the
If
other question
people
I'll
want to
ask,
do that, is there anything they can do? Is there anything they can do to just support the system, ensure the workability, and not go through all the stress?
so I think what we can do as well is if we can maybe have one or two members of staff in London, for example, and like you said, the instead of sending to Nigeria, we could just get those passports, send it to the London embassy, and then ring the gentleman or the sister who's in charge of it and say, okay, just sent three passports. This is the tracking number. These are members of our community. How long is going to take? When they come down? That kind of. So I think that that's possible as well. But that also has to be the High Commission agreeing to it because the High Commission too might not agree. I mean, we've had. I mean, I've dealt with a few Nigerian ambassadors here in the UK. But I have to say, Ambassador Tuji Isholashara from 2021 to 23 was fantastic. On Justice Oguntade 19 to 21, he was also okay. But the good thing was Mr. Sarafa was back then the Nigerian website in London wasn't very friendly. We complained about it. They made changes to the Nigerian website. They made it user friendly, and that website is what we're using even up today. So 7, 8 years down the line, before, if you go to the Nigerian website in London, you'll be confused. So until we made that complaint, he listened to us. They now changed that website, and now today that website is functioning very well. So those are some of the changes that we can also make. But like I said, that idea is great. So it's for us to pitch the idea to the members of the embassy to understand, okay, this is going to make your life a lot easier. And if they agree to it, then that's fantastic. So I think that anything's possible. This is a part of communication that we can also have dialogue between the citizens and the High Commission itself.
Yeah, and what about the representatives of the people?
I mean,
What
I
do
think
they
one
think
of the
about this?
so I think one of the biggest problems we have as Nigerians, especially in diaspora, is lack of unity. We need to be more united. We need to have a group where we have, one representation. So, for example, I could tell you now in the UK now we are at least over 10 different groups from CAN UK. CAN UK is the Central Association of Nigeria. We have Nigerian UK community. We have the Diaspora UK community. So I think even at this stage, the High Commission would rather just deal with one big group that can represent. So for me, I think the Central Association of Nigeria, which is CAN UK, as a good representative with the High Commission. I was at one of their gatherings a couple of months ago. I think it's the thing that we could pitch it to them, and their president can put it across to the High Commission that this is what we want to do. And if the High Commission is happy with
Oh,
it,
better still, the representative of all the association comes together and work with the High Commission on this. I mean, ways of making things easier for the people. Um,
so, yeah. So I think one of the problems we also have is with the embassies that we have a lack of town hall meeting. So I went to a Ghanaian town hall meeting where the President John Mahama came a couple of weeks ago to London. This is what we don't have. You understand? So I think the first thing we need to have is a High Commission setting a town hall meeting for Nigerians in the UK. So from there, the ambassador himself can hear directly from the people's mouths. So this is a place that in the town hall meeting, when I went to Ghana's town hall meeting, for example, we were there for 3 hours. There was a lot of argument back and forth, and they all decided this is the way forward. So this is what we need from the High Commission. We need to set up a town hall meeting for Nigerians in the UK. So the town hall meeting, there'll be argumentative, there'll be points, and then we could all share ideas, we could brainstorm to find a way to make life a lot easier for these people. So from there, when the ambassador realized that okay, there's about 4 different groups, and everybody's saying this is what we want. Group A is saying this, Group B is saying that, Group D is saying this. The High Commission will have no choice but to work with those groups. And this is exactly what we said. So the first most important thing is let's have a town hall meeting. The ambassador hear directly from people's mouths what the problem is, what the solution is, what the issues are, and they could have a way forward. I think this idea is great, by the way. But like I said, for me personally, we can have this idea all day long, but we also need the High Commission to come on board to agree to these ideas.
when was the last town hall meeting in the UK?
The last time was over 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago. It's really that bad. I did an article recently for Punch newspaper, and some of the issues I also told Punch newspaper was, the lack of town hall meeting is not showing progress. I've been to at least 2 different Ghanaians town hall meeting recently. In fact, the other one was hosted by the Madam Zita Benson, the Ghanaian ambassador to the UK. She planned it just 3 months ago. So we need our ambassadors to be active as well. The embassy needs to understand that you're not just here to renew Nigerian citizens' passports. We need our embassies to support people, to have a welfare package, and all these things also make life a lot easier for our people.
Now, can we, as associations, as Nigerian representatives, can we invite the High Commission for town hall meetings?
So thank you very much. So we had a town hall meeting on Twitter Space with the former Ambassador Tuji Shola in 2023-24. We had about 3 hours town hall meeting. People expressed themselves. But unfortunately, since then, we've sent a couple of emails. The emails have not been replied to. That's exactly what it is. Happy to even share those emails with you. We've said it to the old ambassadors, even the new ambassador we just started, Amino Datu. We send them some email. They've not responded. So that's
The new
exactly what the
ambassador,
problem
I mean,
now.
what?
Amino Datu. That's the
Okay,
new ambassador we just started just 2 months ago. We
two
have a new
months.
ambassador. Yeah, 2 months ago, he was appointed by President Tinubu. And unfortunately, even people don't know who he is. Only a few people who obviously are interested in High Commission knows who he is. Not a
Well,
lot of Nigerians.
let's hope the new ambassador of Nigeria to the UK, Mr. Aminat Dansu.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I hope he's watching us as we speak. And right now, I hope he knows that we are asking, we are pleading, we want a town hall meeting. I would like this to be resolved. Our people are suffering, they're crying, they're agonizing. I mean, imagine scenarios whereby father, mother, a family of four, and they go to London 4 times just to have their passports taken from Scotland, from Belfast, from all over. It is that hectic. Nothing should be that hard. We would like a town hall meeting whereby we can constructively handle this. I hope they're listening. I hope they're watching. And very soon, Benjamin, I hope we can come back on this platform and say we did say that and they're acting on it.
Absolutely. I mean, this is exactly what this platform is all about. The platform itself is about having this conversation that's affecting us as a Nigerian community in diaspora, finding solutions to the problems and moving forward. And not just finding solutions to the problem, but our leaders also listen to us, brainstorming, because nobody has a monopoly to knowledge. So brainstorming, this is the way forward. Let's come together. And it's all about Nigeria to make life easy for our people who are in diaspora.
Thank you so much, Benjamin, for sharing your insights. I do appreciate you coming on the show. We hope the next time we'll call on you, you will oblige us.
Absolutely. And thank you for having me. Glad to have taken to your team. I'm so glad to be part of it.
Right for hanging with Diasporans on Fola Yoga de Kilamit TV. Hanging with Diasporans, a bold and interactive program where Diasporans.
Benjamin, thank you so much for sharing your insights and contributing to this important conversation. So everyone watching, would love to hear from you. What has your passport renewal experience been like? Has it improved? Or do you think there's still a long way to go? Leave your thoughts in the comment section and let's continue this conversation respectively and constructively. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Fola Jogun Akinlami Television and follow Hangin with Diasporans for more conversations and follow Hangin with Diasporans for more conversation that amplify the voices of Nigerians around the world. Until next time, my name is Fola Jogun Akinlami. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and God bless Nigeria.
Right for hanging with Diasporans.